Good evening and welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. And yeah, we're on a little early tonight, as you can see. Still daylight out there. So yeah, start a little early tonight because I want to watch the hockey game tonight, of course. Big game for the Avalanche tonight playing the Dallas Stars. But yeah, it's been a crazy weekend so far for me. Helping out my friend Kevin Malloy. He stops by the chat once in a while, but yeah, he was taking care of his dogs this weekend. Man, it's been an adventure. Them dogs are, man, they're kicking my ass. They're the craziest dogs I've ever dealt with in my life. So, and yeah, and I had to chase one, catch it earlier, and I don't know. I think I tweaked my back a little bit in the process. So yeah, I got a little bit of back pain going on. That's not a good sign. But yeah, it happens sometimes. I get pain in my back. And it usually goes away. I do a little stretching and shit, and hopefully, yeah. So I've tried bringing them dogs over here. It was insane. My God. The one jumped the fence. I had to chase it down. I thought my yard was dog proof. He found a way to jump over the fence, a weakness in the armor where he could get through. So shit, the dog is insane. I never seen dogs that were so determined to get away from you, man. Anyways, yeah. And I'm having a hard time getting them. So every time they go outside, they try to escape and shit. So all I can do is let them out for a little while, let him back inside, and just come back a few hours later. Thankfully, he's coming back tomorrow. So, but anywho, it's been a trip taking care of these dogs this weekend. Yeah. So, the heck is going on this week? Just the same shit. Almost Thanksgiving time. Headed to the holiday season. Yeah. Black Friday, all month long. So if you need to buy anything, it's a good time to purchase things. Everything is on sale, or it should be. A lot of things are on sale, except for things you really need to buy. The things that are on sale are all just garbage things that you really don't need. No, that's not true. You can get some good deals on some stuff that you need for sure. Who cares really, right? This whole I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the media. I don't pay attention to television or listen to the conventional radio. So I'm not blasted by all that advertising. That they blast every year on the TV and on the radio. Pushing the holidays. Holiday. Da, da, da. It's. I was over it a long time ago. Hey, some people really enjoy the holiday season. God bless them. But, to me, it's a celebration. It's a little bit, in a way, yeah. It is a good time to, celebrate sun worship. That's what I think it is. Most religions, I think, are based on sun worship. Sun is pretty much God and Jesus. It's the sun, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, it's a word, natural thing to worship the sun. I think, because the sun gives us everything. All of our energy comes from the sun. Without the sun, we'd be a cold, dark, dead motherfucker. So, yeah, I can see why people would worship the sun. Plus, you can see the sun, right? And that adds a lot credibility. No, that's a George Carlin routine. But yeah, I mean, Mr. Adam's apple, what's happening? All I try to do is eat and be merry. These, hey, that's not a bad pursuit of happiness, baby. That's what it's all about. Try to make the most out of this shit while you're here, I guess. Whatever you can. But man, it's so much suffering going on in the world, man. It makes me wonder, there's got to be fourth dimensional dark entities that feed off human suffering. It's the only thing that explains it all. Why there's so much suffering on this planet, because they need it. They thrive on it, on human suffering. It's really actually food to these things. It's the only thing that makes any sense to me anymore. That's why there's so much pain and suffering, and it just never ends, right? They were talking about, we need to have a ceasefire in Gaza. People are trying to get a ceasefire, man, but almost every single American politician is, no, we cannot have a ceasefire. We must, if we have a ceasefire, that they win, the terrorists win, and it's crazy. Why? You got to ask yourself, why do these American politicians care so much what happens with Israel? It's pretty ridiculous. Right? It's a big charade. I heard someone say today that the United States has given Israel $158 billion since it was incepted, since 1948 when it became a nation or whatever. And I think that number sounds kind of small, but maybe it's not correct. Yeah, but that number is rising quickly. Every year they give them more and more and more. So definitely funding this operation going on now. I think they couldn't have done it without America's help. But by golly, Israel's just defending itself. It's defending the fucking shit out of itself. But yeah. But then the rest of the world, just things aren't much better. But I was watching the guy today, all this stuff's happening, man, and people are seeing it all over the world. And eventually the worm is going to turn, as they say, and the war is going to come back to roost. Interesting idea. Yep. Eventually you go out and you war and war and you commit war and war. Eventually war is going to come back to you. So these nations that are out, just committing war after war after war after war, eventually it's gonna turn on. It's an interesting concept. Yeah. Well, I know you have nothing to say about that, but that's what's going on in the world, and that's what we need to talk about. We need to at least, recognize it. It's the biggest story in the world right now. So, I mean, but you wouldn't know about the media. There's not much coverage. It's all in the. Seems to be, but from what I understand, they just keep bombing them every day. No ceasefire. But, it's the kind of shit we talk about here sometimes. Yep. I saw another interesting video this week about soulless entities, like soulless humans. Found that interesting. Some people might call them NPCs. But yeah, it would explain a lot of these people I see around me. They might just not. They might just be non-player characters, man. It's interesting. But some people are really convinced that that's a fact. Joe Dirt says, "Who ate my worm? I heard early bird gets it." Yeah. But yeah, you think there could be soulless, autonomous humans out there? I see them every day, man. It kind of reminds me of the movie They Live. It's kind of like the people that are, got this thing on their face. And there's more and more of them out there now. There's been a recent illness that's gone around. I felt kind of bad last week, a couple days. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I had a little sniffle going on, sneezing a little bit. Yeah. I'm getting over it. Just like I always have all my life. But yeah, I went to a friend's house the other day to help me with these dogs. And because it's my friend's ex-wife and his daughter. They live like right around the corner, close by. So she was helping me to corral these dogs that I've been fucking trying to take care of this weekend. But now I forgot what I was saying. Dogs. Yeah, Bugs Life is kind of like that these days. Sure. A lot of people use that scene to explain what's going on in the world. Is the scene where the big grasshopper's talking to the other grasshoppers or whatever. These ants find out about if they realize how much power they have, we're fucking done, basically. He's like, there's this one acorn. Is that a fucking ant? And he opens up the thing and all these acorns crush him. That's what will happen if these ants find out how much power they really have. Crunchy Bee, welcome. Crunchy Bee. I'm sure there's some animals out there that eat bees. Joe Dirt says, it took me about 2 weeks to get over it. Almost got rid of sick and bam. It said, no way. Have some more. I drink beer and shit, so it, probably makes it worse and last longer. But who knows how do we get sick? I don't think we can't really debate that here. But I have my ideas of what really sickness is, and but yeah, we can't talk about that. No, anything like that on this program anymore. All I know is I had something, but I feel better now. That wasn't bad though. It was very mild. It was just like an irritating runny nose and occasionally sneeze here and there. Not very mild, but whatever I had. Hey Joe. Hey Joe. Where you going with that gun in your hand? Going down to shoot my old lady. Found that bitch messing around with another man. I couldn't resist when I saw Hey Joe on there. It just happened. Holy fuck. But yeah, well, beautiful weather we've had here. Speaking of the weather, I had to just mess with my internet connection there. I don't know if I was on or not. But Joe Dirt says, waiting for Glenn from Boston to show up one of these. Glenn from Boston. Yeah. Did you invite him to come? I don't think I've seen him before. Am I still frozen? Freeze frame. Dee, 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 dee. Oh, man. That's another classic. Yeah. So what were we talking about? I can't remember. Oh, we were talking about getting sick, and yeah, there's some kind of shit going around. But yeah, I went to my. Oh no, that's what I was talking about earlier. I was to talk to my friend's to help me catch them, and but yeah, her mother had her wearing one of these things, and told me that she had the you know what. And so yeah, I was damn, that's not good. That's not a good sign. You know, people that believe in the you know what. You know, it's dangerous, man. It's going to make the whole thing happen over again. I'm afraid. It was probably the worst fucking time of my whole life. It was 2021, 22, or no, 2020 and 2021. Those 2 years were so fucking horrible, man. It was like such a bad nightmare. It seemed like, you know. And man, I just can't imagine. But you know what some people say is it's going to happen again. And when it does, it's going to be even worse than that. Oh, fuck me. I can't take it anything worse than what we went through that time. It was such. It just showed the worst part of fucking people, man. How they can just do whatever they're told, you know, and force everybody else around them to do it too. If you didn't do it, you were a fucking, you know, an outcast. You know, they wouldn't serve you if you didn't do it, follow their rules, which everybody knew were ridiculous, right? Everybody knew how crazy those fucking rules were, but they followed them anyways, right? You gotta wear this thing when you walk into the restaurant, right? But when you sit down, you can take it off. When you get up to go to the bathroom, you got to put it back on. Come on, man. It was ridiculous. Really. I got in so much trouble over that shit. Kicked out of places and fucking because I just wouldn't go with it, man. It's just ridiculous, man. People are ridiculous. But now, you know, we're seeing it more and more coming back. Just people that are stupid. Like I was saying earlier, like NPC type people. People that are just soulless vessels, seems like. I wonder what percentage of them are out there. What percentage of the human race are these soulless automatons? And then sometimes I'm thinking, whoa, maybe I am one of them people too. You know, you never know. We could all be one of those soulless automatons. So I had a bad. So did I, man. I chased a lot of people out of the chat, never to return, because I was so irritated, angry. I'm not really an angry person, but there's a lot to be angry about. There was a lot to be angry about back in them days. There's still a lot to be angry about in this day. We're still seeing the effects of that, man. It's totally affected our whole. But it's been accumulating. I talk about this. It's been an accumulation since like say a big step was the economic crash of 2008, which sent us into the Great Recession, which went on. That was the beginning of what we're seeing now, in a lot of ways. I mean, shit was bad before then, but that's when you started seeing restaurants closing down 3 or 4 days out of the week, and skeleton crews everywhere you went, because people were cutting back on everything, because people weren't out spending as much money, so the restaurants couldn't stay open. Then it just got that continued. It got a little bit better, and then bam, 2020 hit, and it got ridiculous again. And a lot of restaurants never recovered from that. In other businesses, restaurants are a big one that never recovered. Plenty of others, businesses that cater to people that had to shut down because no one could go and do anything because, we didn't want to spread the Black Plague. See, Adam's Apple said, we're still here. That's a plus. Yep. I don't know. I don't know what a plus that really is. Rabbi Levi Schmuter says 50% of people are below. You mean in an intelligent way? Or just. But can you tell that there's people out there that just. They don't seem like real people? Yeah. This person is so ridiculous. How can he be a real person? I see these kids walking around in Boulder with these really weird fucking hair, and the boys like dressed up like girls and shit. It's man, nothing I could have imagined when I was a kid. You would have got beaten up real bad if you went to school dressed like that when I was a kid. That's just how they dress now. Weird fucking purple and pink hairdos on boys. I'm like, God, are these people real? Man. And everybody's walking around looking at their fucking phone. Now that might be another sign. Maybe that's why I refuse to get a fucking cell phone. It's like I'm in a really weird movie, like They Live. Everybody's walking around looking at their phones. I'm like the only person that's living in reality. It's really weird because it's just gotten worse and worse and worse as time goes on. Even kids, high school kids are all looking at their phones. And even grade school kids now. Whenever they sit down somewhere, instead of sparking up a conversation, they pull out their phone. That's all by design, man. They don't want people interacting with each other. That's why there's so much of this, touchless service now, where everything goes through your phone. You pay through your phone, and they just come and leave the food at your front door, and no contact whatsoever. Then they send you a text telling you your food's sitting at the front door. That's how they want it, man. Ken fucking Rotman in the house. Look who turned up. Ken F. fucking Rotman. Well, in that case, I guess it's time to post the link. Yeah, I started a little early tonight. I'm going to be here for about another hour. We're going to wrap it up. So, fuck yeah. because I have to watch hockey tonight. God damn it! Avalanche are playing the Stars. That's Colorado versus Dallas. Dallas is a really good team, so I'm afraid Colorado's probably going to get spanked again tonight. But I got to watch it. But yeah, I've been dealing with them dogs all weekend, man. Fuck. Since Friday, they pooped in the house. I had to clean up some dog poop, some piss. Fuck yeah. But, probably not. I probably don't have to, but I told him I'd take care of his dog, so that's part of the job, right? You got to clean up the dog shit because they just don't. These dogs are the weirdest fucking dogs I've ever known, man. If you're watching this, Kevin, I don't mean, but no, they're just really skittish, man. I think they come from a bad background, or they were abused or something. I think, and they just don't. If you try to grab them, they run away. They're just really, really freaked out. Yeah, today they got out. I had them in my yard, and like there's just like this little space in my fence. It's got like a bar on top and like dog fence underneath. There's like a little gap in it, like a foot wide or less. And this fucking dog jumped right through it. I was like, luckily I was looking out the window when it happened. I was like, you got to be shitting me, man. And like right outside of my house it's a pretty busy highway up here in the mountains. But, and the dog was fucking out on the street. I was like, fuck, you got to be shit. So I had to get out and run. And then that became a whole comedy of errors, man. Thank God neither one of the dogs got run over by a fucking car. But, yeah, I'm running down the highway chasing this fucking dog, telling cars to slow down. There's a fucking dog in the street. Oh my God. Somehow I was able to corral him back up, man. And then last night, the same thing. They fucking got away from me and just took off running. And I had, like I said, had to come help me catch the dogs. So, and when I was trying to corral them up earlier, I fucking hurt my back trying to grab this dog. I was like, well, I was desperate because he's right by this busy highway. Cars and trucks are whizzing by, and I'm like, man, I got to get this dog, So I went down low on my knees, and the dog started coming towards me, like I'm holding out a treat towards it, and the fucking dog came, and I was like, because every time I tried to grab it, it would jerk away, and I couldn't get a hold of its harness, and so I was like, when he comes by, I'm just gonna try to tackle it, fucking get a hold of its harness, and fucking. I did it, and I think that's how I hurt my back. Tried to tackle this dog and grab its fucking harness, and it didn't work. It got away. But then eventually he ran up a couple yards over and I had to fucking chase it down. It ran off into this other neighbor's yard, and and then it just stopped and let me grab its collar. Fuck. But that was gnarly, man. I thought the dog was going to get hit by a car for sure. What do? You don't want to chase the dog because it's just going to run away from you. But you can't just let it run down the highway. And then it's a tough situation. If you're watching this, Kevin, I think he took a trip to like Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and I'm taking care of his dogs. So I've got to go over there one more time tonight and let him out. So hopefully they don't fucking piss and shit anymore on the floor, which they've done every day because, I let him out for like 15, 20 minutes. And then, but then I got to go home and come back the next morning and there's piss and shit all over the. Oh, well, I at least I'm helping him clean it up. It's not, I don't have to, but, me and Kevin, we kind of help each other out, man. If I need something, he's a person I can count on to help me out, for up to a certain extent, Like if I'm stuck somewhere and I need someone to come pick me up, I could call him, and he'll come pick me up, So, and I'll do the same for him, Or if we need someone to help out with a dog, whatever, that sort of shit. So That's one of the few things that totally pissed me off. I can't stand chasing a dog. I know, because it doesn't work, man. They just run away. You're not going to catch it, man. So unless it's just young, strong dog, I ain't going to catch it, man. If it wants to get away from me, it's going to fucking get away from me, man. All I can do is call it. Somehow my voice subdued. I was like, get over here. And it stopped and it came running back. And then it ran into the neighbor's yard and I like kind of cornered in a little area and it just kind of squatted down and I was able to fucking get a hold of it and get a leash on it. And I was like, fuck. And then the other dog jumped through the fence again. So the only thing that kept, that was the saving grace is that the two dogs are like inseparable. So if you got one on a leash, the other one will follow you. So that's the only way I was able to corral them. I was able to get one and I used the one to get the other one to follow it. So it's just been crazy, man. I got a lot of exercise fucking with these dogs the last couple of days. He didn't tell me how fucking crazy his dogs were. I wasn't expecting it, man, to be that. Oh, as soon as I put it out in the yard, it's like looking for a way to try to escape, man. Nonstop. And it found a way. Let's think about some of the old crew that used to be on the show. Yeah. The people just drift away because, they don't get my fucking notifications and shit. Like your old shoe, they're getting resold. Yeah. But anyways, fuck yeah. Some crazy shit talking about here. Soulless humans and fucking psychopaths bombing people into oblivion. It's a great world. But anyways, I did post a link. Yeah. Can't say I had same thing happen the other week, running after a tiny sausage dog that was running in the middle of a main road. It chased it back to it. Yeah, fuck. It's so scary, man, when there's a dog out on a busy road like that. You signal to the people like, slow down. Some people will, some people won't. Some people just don't. Fuck it, I don't give a shit if I hit your dog. Those are the soulless bastards. In that soulless human thing, automaton NPC player, right? I think a lot of those people that are like, that work in the like the law and order business, I think a lot of those are them, especially like probation officers, just the whole slew of them. I think that's what they're drawn to, that kind of work, because they hate you. They hate humans, from the fucking cops to the lawyers, judges, man, they're all part of and I've seen it with my own eyes. That's how I know. I look at these people like that are judging me and fucking telling me that I'm no fucking good, right? That's what they always want to see. You got to go and see like an evaluator, and you got to answer all these questions, and they read your answers, and they, and they try to fucking, evaluate you and, tell you what's wrong with you and how fucked up you are. God, I hated that shit so much. Who the fuck are they to judge you on your life? Just because what you do, even though you haven't hurt anybody. It made me so angry, man, going through that, having to deal with these people and then justify my life to them, and go and piss in a cup every week for a year and a half. And some people have gone through it way longer than that. I thought you were Myrtlefoot for a long time. Remember that? Remember Myrtlefoot? Yes. I wonder whatever came in Myrtlefoot. But yeah, these people that Imagine doing that shit for a living. And you got to go talk to him every fucking once a month. Tell him what a good boy you've been. Dirt says, last couple weeks I've had terrible reception. That sucks. Can't have no Joe Dirt tonight due to terrible reception. Yeah, shit. I was just thinking about that, though, this week. Since I saw that video about it on BitChute, probably wouldn't allow it on YouTube. They might, but yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense to me, man, that there are. And these soulless people can be inhabited by demons and shit. They're saying, you know, they can be possessed by different entities. And like some entities can possess many, many soulless people. It was a very interesting video. They're talking about, you know, how a person, you can lose your soul while you're still alive. Like your body lives on, but your soul dies. Yeah, there's a concept. Imagine that. You had a soul, but it died. And possibly, you know, they're saying, and what I've experienced myself, you know, how you can't remember your young childhood, really. I know I don't. And there become a certain point in my life where I became aware of everything and I have memories. Is that the moment that my soul entered my body? You know, is that the possibility? Maybe the souls inhabit bodies after they're already grown or alive. I don't know. We need Pie Man. Yeah, Pie Man. He's got things going on. I'm sure if he could be here, he'd be here. But we must carry on. The show must go on. Yeah, I just thought that was, I think that's, I've thought that for a long time, you know. And like, have you ever had deja vu? What is deja vu? Some people see it's a glitch in the matrix. Have you ever had a dream that came true? Wow, that's almost like deja vu, right? And not always in a good way. I've never had a really good dream ever come true. It's always been the bad ones. I have premonition of the horrible things that are going to happen to me in the future of my life. And yeah, it seemed like I had premonitions of bad things that were going to happen to me. And then they happened. And it's like, I knew that was going to fucking happen. Somebody told me that before. I was told beforehand in a dream or something that this was going to happen, and then it fucking happened. I was like, I knew it. I knew that was going to fucking happen. It's really weird. We've all had shit like that, right? Oh, Joe Dirt was born 2 months early. It was definitely soulless. Ken Robin was born as a Freemason. But yeah, but most Freemasons are like very prominent, wealthy, well-to-do people, right? So, man, it's not a bad thing to be a Freemason, I guess. You know the secrets of the rest of the world. It's no, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of the prominent people in the world are Freemasons. A lot of people in law enforcement and shit are Freemasons. I don't know if you can get into the Freemasonry, but you know, you gotta know somebody. And only certain people are allowed to become like 33-degree Freemasons. You got to have like a long bloodline of Freemasons. You know, not just anybody can join the Freemasons and become a 33rd degree I don't know how it works, man. It's very secret. Hush, hush. That's why it's a secret organization. You know, if you are a Freemason, you're not allowed to talk about it. Oh, Joe, you was only half baked. Half baked. Oh boy, that was a great movie, huh? It was only half baked. Put him back in the oven until he's done cooking. Oh. That's why Joe's such a runt. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but yeah. Well, thank God Joe Dirt made it. Well, yeah, what the hell else is going on this week? Except for fucking except for all this nice weather we're having. Oh, I'm glad Joe found that amusing. But you know, I wouldn't be broke ass if I was a Freemason. Exactly, man. Like the rest of us. None of us will be able to retire in style if we can retire at all. To keep working as a slave till we fucking drop. So that's what I was getting at. The weather is like it's an El Nino year, and I think usually El Nino years are fucking pretty warm and mild in this part of the United States. And in other places, they get a lot of snow. Like on the East Coast, I think they get worse weather on an El Nino year than we do here. Maybe, but on the other side of the Rocky Mountain, the Pacific Northwest, into the western side of the Rocky Mountains. But on the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains, we get it pretty mellow. Like the storms just go over us, and we get like a warming wind because all that weather is coming out of the South Pacific Ocean. And so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping we have a more mild winter. I don't give a shit. They'll just blame it on climate change, right? Oop, did I say the C word? I mean, the climate crisis. I mean, oh, we got somebody here. We got a guest.
Hey,
Ken Oast.
Ken
Oast.
How's it going?
What's happening, brother?
Oh, we got a nice.
How you going, mate? I should say.
Got a beautiful sunny day here.
Yeah, good. Yeah, nice summertime down there, huh?
Been a lot of chem streaks across the sky.
Oh, they've been doing some artwork in the sky, have they?
Yeah.
It's not all bad, you know. One thing I noticed when they're doing that is, man, we have beautiful sunrises and sunsets.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we do too.
When they're doing that shit. You get all these, because all them, whatever they're spraying up there, gets all these different beautiful colors.
Yeah.
Oranges and purple and pink. And
It's
red.
normal. Yeah. Pink a lot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's the same here. Especially in the wintertime here. It's fucking beautiful. With the snow and shit, man. And sometimes the moon. Just some, man. Every day I go drive down this highway and it's like I never get bored. Every day the view is different, you know. It's never the same 2 days in a row.
Nice.
Especially like in the winter months.
Yeah. No, it's very streaky out there, but you get used to the aluminum and that after a while.
Oh yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah.
It makes you strong, but not too strong, you know.
That's right.
And lightweight. It makes you strong and lightweight.
I'm cooking a honey mustard chicken casserole thing.
I heard that on top of like Mount Shasta or something in California, it's like a 15,000 or 14,000 foot peak in California. beautiful
Yeah.
big old mountain, and you can't melt the snow and drink it because it's got like 4,000 times more than the safe level of aluminum.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen Mount Shasta in videos and that.
There's a lot of weird shit about Mount Shasta. It's like supposedly
Yeah.
it's like demonic and shit. There's all
Yeah,
kinds of satanic shit going on there and shit.
this couple I know, Chris and Sheree Geo, they have Beyond the Veil show. They got married on Mount Shasta by a Indian chief guy.
Yeah.
William Whitecrow, his name was. I used to talk to this guy a lot. He was a bit of a, very spiritual sort of dude. But he died a few years back, and the weird thing was he was so healthy. I didn't get it. And just like months before he died, this guy Andrew Basiago dropped in to visit, and he's a guy who claims to have gone to Mars and that with Obama.
He's gone to Mars with Obama.
He's trying
oh my God, I can't help but laugh at that one.
I know.
But maybe it's true.
When he was young, him and Obama went to Mars, because their parents were
like he was fucking tripping
in the
hard.
military, and they'd go in these jump rooms.
You mean Barack Obama?
Yeah.
He went to Mars with Obama. Holy shit.
Obama was only about 16, 17 at
That
the
could
time.
be true, though, man. Who knows?
They were just teenagers.
And they were just teenagers. Wow.
They'd go in these jump rooms on a base on Earth, and then they'd teleport to Mars. But if you put your hand outside the beam, you'd decapitate, you'd lose limbs or you'd die. And he reckons they were on Mars. Like, he went quite often and into his adulthood. And,
fuck yeah, I would go to Mars if I could.
Yeah, they were fighting reptilian creatures and flying pterodactyl things. And
oh my God, really?
It's incredible.
Pterodactyls.
But it was just weird how.
Sounds like some dream I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Of course, I watched a lot of Godzilla movies when I was a kid,
Yeah.
So I would have these weird Godzilla dreams. like I was in a Godzilla movie, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. I used to love those shit when I was a kid. But it was like that, you could fly to other planets where there was dinosaurs or go to an island somewhere. It's always on an island, right? Like King Kong.
But I'm very sus on the guy because William Whitecrow, he's Native American. He hadn't seen this guy for years and suddenly turns up, and William's wife was really worried about him being there for some reason, and then he carks it a few weeks later. It just seems sus. And I asked Andrew Basiago, what do you know?
Adam's apple.
I questioned him about it not long ago on Facebook. And I got a reply, but I haven't checked it yet.
You ever seen a Mrs. Adam's apple? That's weird.
Yeah. Michelle.
I saw one day, I didn't know. Yeah. That chick's pretty hot. Oh no, she got an Adam's apple. Oh no, God, what's wrong with me?
Hey, Crunchy, good to see you. Been a while. Yeah. What else has happened? They got the APEC thing, haven't they? Overseas. All the evilest cesspool of vipers are meeting, and
OPEC.
The president.
You said OPEC?
Yeah. That thing that got happening. All the world leaders and.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, man. There's a lot of talk about,
It's in California. They're having the event, and
Well,
They had this weird light show on.
California is nice.
They had this weird blue light show above the place they were meeting for days, which was weird. And they look a lot like the lights that you saw over Maui. And it turns out there's surveillance aeroplanes above, and they're going around there hundreds and hundreds of times surveilling everyone outside the building.
Or the drones.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there, but it's very weird.
Well, they're getting ready for the big show, right? With everything going on in the world. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen a photo of Madonna kissing Joe Biden. Oh, God.
You know, it's looks like it's all coming down, man. It's all playing out.
Yeah.
What's going on? A lot of people are not happy right now with what's going on.
I'm not. But nothing I can do, but it's
No.
sick. Genocide.
But there's some people that don't give a shit. They're going to do what they can.
Everyone's cheering on.
Like, you know why? Because they're saying, you know, once they're done with those people, they're going to come after us next. You know, we got to do something because they can see that they're next. You know, if these people aren't stopped.
Yeah, people are waking up and they don't like it.
So that's why, you know.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, all the people on top are all working together, in my opinion. All the people on top, and their enemy is the population. You know, that's their goal.
Yeah, APEC.
Use all this as a cover up to cut down the population, man.
I think Scrubs is there. You know that guy. There's a few Aussies over there. All these stupid leaders are, I guess.
All these dirtbag fucking murdering scumbags.
Covering climate change, inclusiveness, and some other subject is apparently on the agenda. No one can see what they're talking about though, because
it's all about, you know,
it's all private.
It's all about taking away our vehicles, our fucking freedoms, in the name of protecting the environment, stopping this horrible climate crisis.
Smart.
They have to. They can't let us continue to live the way we've been living. Okay. It's detrimental to the fucking world, the human population, the way it's been living for the last 100 years or more. So they gotta make a few changes, kids. We're gonna have to give up some of our toys.
That's it, man.
And a lot of us are just gonna have to give up living.
Yeah.
According to these fucking assholes.
Yeah, living will be a privilege, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting worse, you know.
Well, they're trying to bring
it's just getting insane, ridiculous what's going on. You know, the amount of homeless population and all that shit. It's pretty obvious. They're waging total economic warfare. You know, every other kind of warfare they're waging. Yep, it's all going on.
But it's all right. They're creating artificial babies now out of artificial wombs.
Oh, I'm sure. They've probably been doing that for a long time.
Imagine what they're like, these creatures, these new humans. Crazy. Yeah, as Joe says, nothing new under the sun. That's right. Yeah. All this has happened before.
Yeah, it's all happened before. I believe that totally, man. This is
Tower of Babel.
They grow up populations of human, and then they cull it off.
Yeah.
It happens over and over and over throughout history. And then they create a whole new history every time.
Well, there's a great reset happening right now over in the Middle East. Looks like they're going to reset that place.
They're resetting the whole world, man. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to happen. It's a big human experiment that's going on over and over and over and over again, I believe.
Yeah.
And there's some entities out there that are immortal, basically, that control the whole fucking thing.
And this Israel Gaza thing, and what a great way to divide the world again. First it was
There's got to be, there's got to be immortal entities that are planning all this shit and doing it. I'm convinced of it. They jump. They're like body snatchers, and their consciousness and their spirit goes from body to body over time. Possibly some of them might do it that way.
Yeah.
Some of them, like I said, some of these entities could possibly, possess many, many, many people at the same time. That's a very interesting thought.
No. Yeah, no, it's
these soulless humans that can be possessed and discarded by these entities, and then they jump onto the next one.
Yeah, Cabbage Patch Kids. I've been.
I know that's a pretty crazy thing for people to actually try to believe, but that's what I believe.
Well, it's very weird. The old, 100 years ago, they had these orphan trains, and there's all this reference to cabbage baby.
There's got to be something like that out there. Yeah,
cabbage. Weird was going on. 100.
And then, they take the children and they kill off everybody else, and
years ago
they tell these children whatever story they want them to believe. And they'll believe it and teach it to their children, and then the whole thing starts over again. Then they create a whole new, civilization of humans, and then they do it. Then they reset it again. I think.
No, it's Gen Z now, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems like that's a strong possibility. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but it's a strong possibility.
We're in a lot of trouble.
And the whole history they told us is all pulled out of their ass. And they've had this high technology for a long time, but they just slowly introduced it to our civilization, right?
Yeah.
And then they said this guy invented this, and this guy invented that, and this guy discovered this and discovered that. They've made it all up.
That's right.
I think I could be wrong.
I think. But I think history. We're being lied about history a lot.
Something like that.
They missed out on it.
Somebody like Tesla knew all this shit. And that's why they totally destroyed him, right?
Well,
Tesla knew all this shit, man. And he died a penniless and fucking destitute.
Yep, free energy. Can't have that.
He knew about the old world technology from the past generation before, the past civilization that they wiped out before our civilization started.
He was tapping into the Earth's magnetic field, it's always there,
And I believe that's true. And that's why they don't want us to even think about it, because there is such a thing as ethereal energy that's free. And
yeah.
I mean, the sun, for one.
Even in the 60s, we used to have these little crystal set radios, and they were had no batteries, and you just put them on a spike in the ground, a metal spike, and you'd put a wire to that, and you get power, and you'd get the radio stations, and you'd have headphones.
Pulling energy right out of the ether.
Yeah, that was just a simple example of how we can have free power, Yeah.
Because the fact is that
a battery.
this whole fucking existence is nothing but energy. It's everywhere. I mean, there's so much. I mean, it's just nothing but energy.
Yeah.
It's just a way of converting it.
I've still got.
Do we really need all this electrical bullshit in the world, anyways?
I've still got my Russian cup, Eric.
Oh, you got a Russian cup?
The Z, yeah.
Yeah, you rooting for the Russians?
Well, you don't have to. There's no way Ukraine could have ever beaten them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But is that war still going on?
I don't know. Zelensky's crying for money, and no one's giving him any. He's really sooking about it.
Well, that so-called war, I wouldn't really say it was a war.
That actor comedian who's in charge, yeah.
It's another, kill operation.
Oh God, was that a mess? That was
I
silly.
don't know. From what I've heard, some people talking like hundreds of thousands of fucking young Ukrainian men have been killed.
Yeah,
It's almost like a slaughter, man. It's all it's really been.
almost like they're preparing to put another race there or something.
Ethnic cleansing without ending.
They might be putting a certain Middle Eastern race in Ukraine
Ah,
to live.
could it be?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, there's something there. A reason why they're depopulating the area, you might say.
Yeah.
It's going on all over the world, baby.
Yeah.
Coming to a town near you.
It's,
I think as they continue to say the population is going up, it continues to go down faster and faster. But they'll still claim it. Oh, the population is still rising. I don't think it can possibly be rising anymore. They just lie and lie and lie about everything.
But like 1,200 people were killed apparently, and then now it's 12,000.
And you think what they've been bombing that place for almost going on 2 months, right?
Yeah.
It's been way over a month and a half.
I don't even know anything's left,
And they claim only 12,000. I think the number's way bigger than that.
They just bombed a UN refugee school.
I'm afraid the number is probably at least triple that in reality. And the number of on the other side that have died is probably a lot less than they're saying. This is how war always goes, right? They skew the numbers for their favor always as propaganda. Ukraine still hasn't sent me my mail order bride yet. I think they stole my cash. Woo! Damn it.
Bastards.
You know what? No, I think, Joe, you just got to send some more cash, dude. You just got to keep sending more cash. That's how that works.
Some of them Ukraine women look gorgeous.
I know, but they're notorious online romance scammers.
Well, any vice on earth, just go to Ukraine for that. They'll sell you anything. It's always been a mess, Ukraine, since
there's a channel on YouTube called Catfished, and it's all about romance scammers. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe some of that shit, man. These people are so stupid.
Oh, I know.
These people just string them along, and some of them give these people hundreds of thousands of dollars because they're so stupid. They lose everything they have. I can't believe that anybody could be that stupid.
Well, I can, because I got two sisters who last 15 years have been sending these guys in Africa, money.
Yeah.
And when my dad died, they sent him, they sent him like $40,000 to come here. And that was 7-8 years ago. They're still not here, these two guys. And
that's so how these
and my sisters are still sending him money after they got.
And they keep stringing them along, and they come up with some excuse why it didn't happen.
I think they deserve everything they get. Being that stupid, you deserve it.
I guess so, man. My God.
Man. Gave all our inheritance away to these people,
My God, how dumb do you got to be to fall for that shit? It's hard to believe that people actually fall for that shit.
Yeah, me.
Because you know why? That's how they get you, man. Through romance scammers and people that make you think you're going to get wealthy, right? That's how you scam people. Make them think you're going to make money. You use their own greed against them. That's one way that people get scammed because they think they're going to make a lot of money, right? If they they get conned into surrendering their financial assets or whatever, so thinking they're going to make more, and then they get fucked. They lose everything.
Oh, they probably got 1,000.
And then it goes. And then the other way they scam you is through romance scamming. Those are the two ways they get you.
Oh, they'd have thousands on their list. Okay, I'll ring up this chick to keep her sending the money, and it's probably 1,000 Aussie women who've been ripped off because there's a lot
Man.
of dumb people.
Yeah, women
Let
are
alone any other
men
country,
too.
but
I mean, it's hard to
be the
believe
same.
they can fall for that shit.
You know, all these phones.
I find it kind of amusing.
Yeah. All these phone scams you get sent. Oh God, they're hilarious. Some of them. You know.
Oh my god, I get calls from those people sometimes.
Yeah.
Your computer is not working. I have to fix it.
You have to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, and they want you to fucking go to some website where they can take control of your computer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
TeamViewer. That's right. Yeah. That's an
Yeah.
old one. You get
I
them
know,
on
'cause I fell for it once, a long time ago.
I keep getting them on my phone.
Oh, you need to send us $800 to fix your computer. I'm like, fuck you. My computer didn't even cost $800. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just checking all the scams I got. I've got a package to pick up from somewhere.
Well, another scam is they lock up your data, right? So
Yeah.
that's why I use a computer that doesn't have any data on it.
Yeah. Matt Petgrove says police profiling was obvious. They only arrest us black hockey players for kicking you in the neck.
Oh yeah, that was it.
He called me the N-word.
That poor guy.
Matt?
Yeah, that poor
Who
black
are you,
hockey player that kicked that guy in the neck. What do you think about that? Have you seen that?
Nah.
This guy got kicked in the neck and he fucking died
Shit.
in England. Yeah,
England
it's a
hockey.
big story. Yeah, they have like a professional league in England, and this guy was an ex-NHL player from the United States. You know,
Wow.
and he used to play for the Pittsburgh Penguins for like
Shit.
one season or something. He was playing in this league over in England, and he fucking got this guy came up and bam, right, yeah, and he fucking bled out all over the ice and fucking died, dude. Oh my god, yeah,
That would have been a sight. Wow.
that would have been a sight. Yeah, I guess watching somebody bleed all over the ice with all their blood come out and die. Yeah. Ooh.
Because
Would've been
ice really shows the
horrible.
blood and everything, you know. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's fucking his jugular vein.
Oh, fuck. With it. Oh, with the skates he has on.
Yeah, with the skate.
Yeah. They're dangerous.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I've never played ice hockey really, but yeah,
And
I'm a
what
big fan of it. I watch it, man. I'm a
What
diehard
happened
fan.
to the guy who did it? Did he get arrested or?
I think so, man. I think they charged him with manslaughter now or something.
Yeah.
Or I think he's been charged.
Well, you don't kick someone when you got skates on unless.
Or maybe he hasn't. I don't think he's been. I don't know if he's been formally charged or nothing. But yeah, they're investigating it and charges are pending. I think or something like that. I don't know. Does Matt Petgrave know if there's any charges filed yet?
That
Over there
Penguin.
in Charlie England town.
Never heard of him. Yeah. Because I don't follow sports, but I didn't. You'd think that would have been the news a bit more.
Joe said game restarted 10 minutes after it all froze over. No, did it? I can't believe they continue playing the game.
Really?
I don't know.
That would have been pretty bad taste.
Oh yeah, Pat Petgrave. Yeah, that's his name. He was arrested for manslaughter and released on bail.
So we got a celebrity here. Oh, Matt, good
Yeah.
to hear. And
He's one of the dirtiest hockey players in the world.
you're released on bail. Oh, that's good, you know. Yeah. But
But
I
yeah,
mean,
you know, he was, but he still got to face the music, right?
yeah, he was released on bail. Matt says he was released on bail.
He's got to go to court and shit and be, you know, manslaughter. What does that carry? Maybe 20 years at the most.
I think
He'll get out. He'll be still able to play hockey.
5 or 10, probably
5 or
5.
10. Yeah, probably. You'll get out in like 3 or 4 years with good behavior and put on probation. There's no way he's going to serve the full sentence.
I think second-degree manslaughter is 10 years.
But I don't know how things work in England. I think it happened in England.
Oh yeah, big different time sentences and all that stuff.
I mean, it's pretty similar to it's all the same in these, English-run countries. The so-called justice system, right? It's all based on the same shit. The BIR, right? The bar, the British something registry.
I have to look that up. That story.
But yeah, that would suck. That sucked for the poor guy. I think he was like 29 years old or something.
Pretty young.
Yeah.
Normally they just die of heart attacks on the field.
I don't think one hockey player has died of a heart attack. It's only like European soccer players.
There's a lot of American football players dying on the field.
I haven't seen any American players of any sport that have died of a heart attack like that, except for maybe in the college level.
No, I've seen a lot of footage all around the world, and I've shown quite a few from America.
I haven't heard of any in our major sports here. Anybody that has dropped dead of a heart attack.
There's someone just a few weeks back, I'm sure.
Huh. Maybe you're right, but I don't know. I haven't heard about it myself. I live under a rock, so what do I know?
Yeah.
I live under this really huge rock. It's like 14,000 feet tall.
I'm just trying to see anything about it.
About what?
Oh, that hockey.
Oh, how many American major sports players have died from a heart attack?
I was looking at a hockey guy, and I can't remember where I saw it. Might not be on YouTube where I saw all these sports people are dropping dead and dropping like flies. That's right.
But younger people have, I think, people in high school and like college and like younger, there's been a lot of young athletes that have died, I think, but none on the professional level.
Well, I saw something about a new ad out in America about kids having heart attacks, It's
I'm sure. Younger people that are not.
And it's
that's what I've heard too.
I saw the ad.
Makes you wonder. Everybody that got the what, right? I think the what is subjective. They give different people different things. Possibly. I think it's all dosed for the individual, what they want you to get. It's a possibility. I'm just saying. If they want you to get a lethal dose, right? You'll get a lethal dose. If they want you to get something that's, a placebo, you'll get a placebo. And I think a lot of Americans have gotten placebos. A lot of people around the world.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten the real thing. But the ones that you see dropping dead and having problems, they got the real thing.
So, did you see that explosion of Elon Musk SpaceX rocket blew up?
No, I didn't. Well, I have to look that up.
Yeah.
Is it on video? Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. It was a test flight.
Oh yeah, probably staged, like everything else.
The biggest rocket ever.
To add credibility to their space program, right?
Yeah, there's something there about it. I'll just turn the sound down, but I want to see more footage.
Supposedly Elon Musk has been into space, hasn't he? Of course he's been to space. He's the richest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, he would
been off the planet.
on one of those
He's a
airplane
big fucking
things.
cheese. He's the wealthiest cunt on the fucking face.
Yep. There we go. Oh yeah. Boom.
Good old Elon, dude. He didn't like,
don't know.
you know what? He didn't like the way Twitter worked, so he bought it and changed the name to X.
Yeah.
That's how badass that guy is.
It's
The
because
most popular internet platform on the planet.
he probably signs his signature with X. That's why it's called X.
Yeah. It's no longer Twitter.
So it blew up in the sky, I think.
That's really weird how things work these days, huh? How fast things change. Facebook turned its name to fucking Meta.
Starship Gazer, they called it.
But people still call it Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's Meta. Or no, the Facebook Corporation changed its name to Meta. But their platform is still called Facebook. I don't know. I don't use it.
Yeah. I hardly use it.
It's just really crazy. With that fucking Mark Zuckerberg who looks like a robot from Star Trek.
I did a video of him once where I spiced all
weird,
it. I did a video of Elon once where he's drinking water, and it's just like I just cut to all the scenes of him drinking water through this press conference, and
clip after clip.
30 times he drank water or something. You know
how many?
Oh, it was heaps, like 20, 30 times.
And how long of a period?
It was over probably an hour, 2 hours.
That's not that unusual, I don't think. I don't know. I never.
When you spice it all together, it looks pretty funny, but
yeah. Zoop, 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 zoop.
He was very nervous because it was about the
Ah,
information thing back then when they were what were they doing? Oh god, they were selling out to governments and stuff, letting them have information on Facebook and all that. Same with YouTube. Our government,
that whole can of worms,
paid
right?
Zuckerberg millions so they could get any information on what anyone in Australia was saying about the government, you know.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then some politicians in Australia wanted to sue Elon Musk.
The richest man in the world? Are you serious?
He just laughed about it. He said, yeah, whatever.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's because he probably wouldn't
get
sell
sued
out
all the time, but he's got good lawyers.
Yeah. No, I can't even remember what it was about, but he probably wouldn't sell out to him, and so
He's got all the lawyers in the world, right?
Yeah.
The richest man in the world. He could lawyer up like a motherfucker.
Well, the richest man in the world that we can see.
He's marketed as the richest man in the world, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It used to be Bill Gates, right? For a long time, it was Bill Gates.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Or should I say Billy? Or should I say Billy Goats?
Evil person. I mean,
you can't be a nice guy and be a billionaire, man. Sorry.
He's probably related to that. What's his name in fucking Yahoo? Serious guy in Israel. He's probably related.
Yahoo
to him.
Serious guy in Israel. Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Netanyahu Serious. That's a good one. That could be like a clue on Wheel of Fortune. Before and after.
Yeah.
Netanyahu Serious. Oh god, that's a good one.
What an evil personified spawn of Satan. That.
Yeah, that guy, man. I've never liked this fucking face.
No.
He's always been he's been involved in shit for a long time.
Apparently, you can hate any world leader except him. If you hate him,
He
you're
fought in the war, right? He fought in the war in
Yeah.
1973. Israel versus the Middle East, 1973. The 7-Day War, I think it only lasted.
Yeah, there's a 6-day war in.
And then they fought like Egypt, right? They just fucking, or I don't know who they fought.
Yeah.
They fought Egypt and a few other places. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? Jorgen Becker says, you guys see Sammy Hagar and Satriani on Stern? To watch that. Joe Satriani and Sammy Hagar. Well,
Yeah.
those are two
Satriani.
big heavyweights in the world of American rock and roll and guitar and playing.
Yeah, Joe Satriani. He was from Australia originally, wasn't he?
Was he really?
I think so. Yeah.
Great, one of the world's greatest guitar players. He's
Yeah.
right up there with Eddie Van Halen and all those guys. Legendary guitar player.
Hi, Georgian.
He actually gave a lot of lessons to a lot of famous guitar players. Took lessons from Joe Satriani.
Yeah.
Like Kirk Hammett from Metallica.
He's got a younger brother that's pretty good too. Yeah. On guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a Christian.
I don't like Howard Stern, man. God, that guy is such a douche.
I never liked that guy. I used to think
I never either, man. Yeah, fucking cunt. That's the only thing that I can say. King of mine, fucking cunt.
Yeah.
But he has some good guests on, I guess.
Yeah, so does Joe Rogan, but I couldn't watch him all. I only watch him depending on the guest, Yeah. But he must be the biggest out there. Eh?
Howard Stern is such a fucking douchebag. Okay, that's even a better way to describe him than cunt, right? Douchebag. I hate to use the term douchebag, but yeah, Howard Stern fits it to a T. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks everybody for hanging out.
I gotta eat. So
yeah. I gotta watch my hockey game, so I'm cutting it off.
Yeah. Enjoy.
We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
Hopefully, no one dies from a skate blade thing.
No, that would suck. Yeah. All right. Good night, guys.
Cheers, mate.